Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about HELOCs. What is a HELOC? I'm Jeb Smith, Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage here in Southern California, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch. So a HELOC is a home equity line of credit. It's essentially a second mortgage. That's what it is, and why would you want one? So typically, if you have a first mortgage on a property and you want to pull cash out, you could do one of two things. You could refinance your property and do a cash out refi, or if you have enough equity on the property, you could do a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, which is essentially a credit card on your equity of your property. It allows you to draw on that line, if you will, or credit card, if you will, pay it down and actually use it again. It's something that is reusable. And you know, in the market that we're in now, they're not quite as common just because interest rates are so low on first mortgages that it almost makes sense, or it does make sense to, if you're going to pull cash out of your property, just to refinance and pull that cash out. But in the past, home equity lines of credit have been popular because, you know, somebody gets a good rate on their first mortgage and rates are, say, going up or trending up. They do a home equity line of credit to tap into that equity without having to refinance their first mortgage. And why would you want a home equity line of credit? You know, people ask me that all the time. So they're good for home improvements. I mean, they can really be used for anything. You know, student loans, if a kid's going to college, sometimes parents have to tap into that money or that equity of their property in order to send their kids to college. And so sometimes it's good for that. But at the end of the day, you know, especially in the market we're in right now, they're not very common. I mean, make sure you know when you're watching this video, if you're watching it sometime in the future, that, you know, if rates are where they are right now, which is somewhere around 3%, it almost makes 0 sense to have a home equity line of credit. Now, in addition to that, keep in mind that there are second mortgages outside of home equity lines of credit, like, you know, a fixed rate second mortgage, and that mortgage is fixed, right? Whereas a home equity line of credit is based off the Fed funds rate plus some sort of additional rate in addition to that. So, you know, a home equity line of credit, anytime the Fed funds rate changes, the interest rate on your home equity line of credit is going to change. So right now, rates are really, really low with the Fed funds. So home equity lines of credit rates are typically pretty low. But as those rates move up, your home equity line of credit rate is going to move up. And in theory, you're going to pay more and more per month every time that moves up based on that interest rate. So, you know, what I was talking about, a fixed rate mortgage, sometimes a second mortgage where it's fixed is a better option just because that rate does not fluctuate. But in the market we're in right now, where interest rates are super low, Fed funds rate is super low, home equity lines make a little bit more sense just because the rate on them is going to be less than it would be on a fixed rate in most cases. But, you know, I'm kind of repeating myself here again, but if you are interested in getting a second loan right now, pulling out cash to your property, a home equity line of credit, a HELOC is not the best option. You should be refinancing your first mortgage, pulling the cash out of there, because ultimately that's going to give you a lower payment overall. So if you have additional questions about this, I'm not a mortgage broker at this time. I can definitely refer you to somebody to help talk you through that and guide you through that process. But I hope that information is helpful and explains what a home equity line of credit is and how they are used. But if you do have additional questions, do me a favor, comment below or reach out to me directly. Would love the opportunity to help. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. We'll see you again soon. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.